Good morning. I'm on the bank of the Saline River right now, just downstream from Shady Lake Spillway. Actually, I'm on the hiking trail that goes around Shady Lake, but we'll get back to Shady Lake in a minute. Today, I'm exploring the mountains around Albert Pike Recreational Area. It's an extremely popular place, and for a good reason. There's several things to do here. There's equestrian trails, there's mountain bike trails, hiking trails, there's Shady Lake Campground, an established campground. There's numerous dispersed campsites, several clear mountain streams, beautiful mountaintop vistas, and we're going to hit the high points in this video. Hey, we're just off of Forest Road 38, just down from Shady Lake, and this is it's a horse camp. Usually it's occupied by horseback riders. There'll be horse trailers here, horses. It's really close to the end of Viles Branch Equestrian Trail. Beautiful campsite, big open campsite. These guys are taking really good care of the camp. Not much trash. Developed fire rings. It's really a pretty camp, usually occupied. I'm here on a Friday, so and it's winter time, off season, but this is really a popular place. You'll usually see horses in this camp. Hey, I'm right off Forest Service Road 38. Behind me is the road that goes to Tall Peak, one of the tallest peaks in the area. There's a lookout tower on top, and there's some really nice panoramic views of the farmland below. We're right on the edge of the Ouachita Mountains. It's gated. You can't drive up there, but it's about a mile hike, and it's worth the trip. It's pretty steep, but beautiful views when you get to the top. But across the road from the road that goes to Tall Peak looks like an ATV trail, and I followed it for the first time. I've driven by it, but I never have hiked it out. And it's not very far, probably a quarter mile to the peak of this mountain. Some cool rock formations, beautiful views of the mountains across and the valley below. If you're ready to stretch your legs, this is be a nice little hike, but it's not a marked trail, so you don't want to wander too far. All right, I'm running behind. I've got a lot more to see, and it's starting to get late in the day. So let's get back on the road. I'm at the trailhead of Buckeye Mountain Trail. Now, Buckeye Mountain Trail is about a 5-mile trail that goes atop Buckeye Mountain and then down the side down to Caney Creek Trail. It intersects Caney Creek Trail about the midway point. There's a really cool waterfall, Katy Falls, at that junction of Caney Creek Trail and Buckeye Mountain Trail. This is a really pretty loop. It's about a 10-mile loop, and it's pretty strenuous, but I would recommend starting at Caney Creek Trail, hiking Forest Road 38 up to Buckeye Mountain Trailhead, and then Buckeye Mountain Trail to Caney Creek Trail and back to Caney Creek Trailhead. You can hike just a short section of Buckeye Mountain Trail out and back, just hit the top of the mountain and check the views out and come back. But this is another cool stop if you like hiking. There's some pretty views on Buckeye Mountain. Forest Road 38, but I'm a little short on time. Now I'm on Forest Road 25, and we're off the mountains. We're not cross-cutting the mountains going peak to peak anymore. Now we're going to kind of follow the Little Missouri River and all the tributaries that flow into it, all the cool, clear streams that make up the Little Missouri River. A lot of dispersed campsites on this section, a lot of swimming holes. It's really a pretty section. Good fishing on the Little Missouri River. They stock it for trout in the winter, so there's great fishing in the winter, swimming during the summer. A lot of hiking trails. Little Missouri Trail will be here. Just a beautiful spot. We'll hit Albert Pike Campground too. So we've got a lot left to see, and the day is, we're running short on daylight, so I've got to pick it up some more. I'm in the parking area for the Eagle Rock Loop trail, and this is the upper sections of the Little Missouri River. And Eagle Rock Loop is a 26-mile loop, consists of 3 trails. Athens Big Fork Trail, which runs straight ahead, the Little Missouri Trail, which follows the Little Missouri River that way, and then it also connects the Little Missouri Trail back to the Athens Big Fork Trail through the Viles Branch Equestrian Trail. Those 3 trails make up Eagle Rock Loop. This is the Little Missouri River. It's not much of a river now, but it'll be interesting to compare this section to the section when we get down to Albert Pike, when we have Crooked Creek that flows into it, Straight Creek, Long Creek, all these creeks and streams that and springs that make up the Little Missouri River, how much it grows from this point to Albert Pike, just a short distance away. This is the parking area for Little Missouri Falls. It's also part of the Little Missouri Trail. It's a day use area, and it's really a pretty cool place. And if you've never seen Little Missouri Falls, you have to stop here and check the falls out. I'm on Eagle Rock Loop. Albert Pike Recreational Area is right behind me. And there's a pretty cool view up here. Short, a little spur off the main trail. Steep, but it's worth the hike. So we'll get to the top and I'm going to show you Window Rock. Wow, what a view. Window Rock. Awesome. Well, I made it to Window Rock. It's a lot longer hike than I remembered it being and more steep. But it's a good hike, beautiful hike. If you come to Albert Pike, just take Athens Big Fork Trail, which is, it's a Little Missouri Trail. It's a section of Athens Big Fork Trail. Up the mountain, and when the trail turns back to the west, continue up the ridge. But be careful, bring a buddy. It's slick, there's steep drop-offs. It's not a marked trail, so you'll just kind of have to follow what trail there is. And just be careful, but beautiful views on the way up, and Window Rock is awesome. Video probably doesn't do it justice, but I'm coming back from Window Rock and I have to hike to the top of the ridge, and it is just straight up to the top of the ridge before I can start heading back down. Hey, I'm on Forest Road 512, and I wanted to show you one more dispersed campsite. The day's getting away from me. I planned on seeing a lot more today than I was able to. So this will either be a part 1 of 2, or more likely, I'll grab a tent, throw in the Jeep, and I'll do a whole video and just take however long it takes, because I've kind of hurried through some of this stuff. Really like to slow down and really show you some of the more details around here. This campsite along Long Creek off Forest Road 512 is one of many. Forest Road 512 crosses Long Creek as it meanders along the road. So there are several campsites just like this one alongside 512. I brought lunch. I planned on cooking lunch in a spot just like this, but I got behind early and I just never caught up. So I believe what I'm going to do, I've skipped lunch. I've taken a pretty good hike, and I love a good hamburger. So I'm going to end the video in the town of Dirks at Kenya's Restaurant. They have an awesome burger called the Starvin Marvin, and it's going to fit the bill for me today. So stay tuned for the Starvin Marvin, and I'm going to close out the video there.